To the channel, guys. This is Dimitri, otherwise known as Get Up, and what we're going to be doing on this video is just showing you guys how to do a basic listing onto the eBay mobile application. So for you more advanced resellers, this one ain't for you, okay? So without any further ado, for everybody else, please just kick back, relax, and let's just watch the screen recording of my iPhone. All right, so what we are currently looking at is my iPhone 11 screen, and for this you are going to want to make sure you have just some type of smart device that will allow you to use the eBay mobile application. So upon opening the app, you're going to be on your home screen, and this is what the home screen is going to look like for the most part after you finish registering. And for you to get your item listed, what you're going to need to do is hit that search button right in between the My eBay and notifications. And you're just going to search for your item first. If you did have an item that could be scanned in with a barcode, you could actually just use that barcode right there to scan it in, and it'll do the exact same thing as typing it in. So what I'm searching for today is going to be a PlayStation 1 controller, and I'll even put in the color, and we're just going to search. And what eBay will do is eBay will pull up multiple listings from other sellers that are currently actively listed, and you'll be able to just get an idea of what the title and description will pretty much look like based off other sellers. So what you can do is you can also filter this out. So our condition for this item is going to be used. And then to get a better idea of how much this item is selling for, by clicking on show more and scrolling down to completed items and sold items, you can narrow it down further, and it'll actually give you the pricing of how much this item has sold for recently. So if you want to sort this, you can sort this by highest pricing plus shipping, and it'll give you the highest price for this item. And if you go to lowest price plus shipping, obviously it'll give you the lowest price for this item that you will receive. By going to ended recently, you can see how many of this item has sold, how recently, and you can see that this controller sells pretty often. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this very first listing. We're going to hit sell one like this. And what this will do is it'll pull up a draft listing based off the previous seller's information. So you're going to want to, before finding your item, take pictures of it, and that way you can have them photographed and ready to put up. So eBay recommends for you to have a minimum of at least 4 pictures for your items. That way they can pull up and be searched. And obviously the more pictures, the better. You really want to show the details for your items whenever you can. For the title, I suggest you switch up the title. So I'm just going to put something like Sony PlayStation 1 PS1 controller gray, and I'll just put in the model number. That way if a customer wants to see the exact model, they'll be able to actually find it. Now, eBay also has these item specifics that they'll want you to fill out. So they always have required and recommended item specifics. It does not matter which category. Some will have more required than others. In this one, the seller does have the condition and the brand and the game pack correct, so I do not need to change anything. And for the recommended, if you're not sure on anything, I would just recommend myself just to leave it blank, not fill it in with anything at all, or just to make up any information. So we're just filling out where we can and changing anything that we think is incorrect. Okay. After filling out the item specifics, it'll just make sure, you just want to make sure that the category that the item is in is correct. So right now this is in the video games and consoles and accessories category. Again, if you do not have your item in the right category, your customer will not be able to find your item, and that means your item will not sell. So after that, you're going to want to have a description for your item. You'll see it will have copied the title into the description, and then you're just going to want to put a small blurb of the, on the item description. So I'm just going to put the controller was well kept. Has been cleaned. And properly functions. Something along those lines. Just, it doesn't have to be long or long-winded. And if you want to just put in your shipping policies, you can. I'm just going to put this version of it. So ships in 1 business day. Just to show the customer I want some urgency on this item and I'm willing to get it out quick. So ships in 1 business day. Now, afterwards, you're going to be doing your pricing. It'll always pretty much start you off at an auction. You do not have to use eBay's auction function. It also will give you a starting price that you could start your auction off at. It does not necessarily mean that the price is correct. This is just eBay's way of getting you to get your item listed. So you can actually turn it off and it'll give you a buy it now feature, which will allow you to pretty much have your customer buy it at the price that you want it for. Again, eBay does have a recommended buy it now price. Not all items or the pricing for it will always be correct. So just, if you're going to use it at your own cost. I'm just going to change the price a little bit on this. And I'm just going to put $14.97. And the duration now, eBay only does good till cancel. It used to have features where you can actually just change the duration on it, but now it's just good till cancel. Offers. This will allow you to have your customers give you a best offer. If you do accept best offers, your item does have a 3 to 7% better chance of selling, but just because you do not accept best offers does not mean your item will not sell. I myself will allow offers on this item, and if you do minimum offers, you can actually say the minimum amount that you're willing to take on it. The quantity will be afterwards. If you do have more than one of that item, you can just put more than one. I just have one. And if you did not want to list this item immediately after it was done, you could schedule the time that you wanted to put the item up. So now we're getting into delivery. You're going to need to know the actual item's weight and the dimensions that you're going to be needing to ship the item out. So that's what the package weight and package dimensions is referring to. The shipping service that eBay provides for us is USPS, UPS, and FedEx. So I'm just going to be using the USPS priority mail for this item. And the shipping costs, you can choose free shipping. Free shipping will allow you to get a better boost in the search rank, but you are responsible for taking care of the shipping price once the item sells. The buyer pays calculated shipping is based off the buyer's location, so the shipping costs will be varying depending on that. Buyer pays flat shipping is when you decide the shipping cost, and the buyer will pay according to the price that you choose. So I'm just going to do the flat shipping price, and I'm just going to mark down the price that I'm choosing to ship this item for. eBay also does allow you to ship internationally, which I would choose to do if you get a little bit more experience. So in the beginning, I would not recommend this for beginners, but that's up to you. And local pickup will allow for buyers nearby to also pick up items from your home. Again, choose to do that with your business policy. So now we're getting into the preferences. The payment method is going to be through eBay Managed Payment System. They used to be connected through PayPal, but have since separated. Handling time just refers to how many days it's going to take for you to ship the item out. So you can do same business day handling, and you can go up to as far as 30 business days to ship your item out. For this item, I'm just going to do 1. The item location refers to where the item is actually being shipped out from. You could also put whether or not you're going to be requiring an immediate payment after the customer purchases their item. And you can also accept whether or not you're going to be putting returns. So if you do accept returns, you can do 30-day and up to 60 days to allow your customer to return the item back to you. And you can also, if you're going to be accepting returns, say whether or not the buyer or your customer will be paying for the return label. If you're going to do international shipping, you could also put if you're going to be doing international returns as well. eBay also allows for us to get a chance to sell our items faster by promoting them. And with the promoted listing standard, they give you a suggested ad rate amount. Doesn't necessarily mean you have to use that ad rate amount. You can go between 1%, and the highest amount you can give them is 100%. Again, this is you paying eBay to promote your item, so you can choose not to do this as well. And finally, you can donate a portion to charity. Then you could just go ahead and list your item, or you could save it for later. If you choose to save it for later, it ends up looking like a draft, like this. And then all you have to do is select it. It'll bring you back to the template, and then you can go ahead and list. Success. You can share it onto your social media platforms, and you could also view your listing. And this is what it looks like when it's done. This video helped you out at all, or if you're going to be using it to get your first item listed onto the eBay app, please just go ahead and like, share, and subscribe. That way you guys can get notified when I post my next video, and you guys can stay in touch with me. I'll catch you guys on the next one.